You're listening to the Just Wins podcast, where we discuss winners, black bookers, and much more. Enjoy the show.
Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying! Yes! There's history!
But a champion becomes a legend! McConey Deaver's won it! The pride of Australia is the greatest show on earth.
Again to another edition of the podcast. It's podcast number 13 for Saturday, the 25th of July. As usual, I'm your host, Just Wins, and with us today is Adam. How you going, Adam?
Yeah, great. Thanks, mate. How are you guys?
Yeah, not too bad. And Lee there?
Hey, boys. What's going on?
Yeah, no, had a good week so far and keen to keep going with these tips tonight. Adam, how'd you go last week on the bets? I think you copped the wrath of the Kenzo track.
Yes, it was appalling, mate. Put it that way. Yeah, the track was awful. And yeah, my tips didn't go too well either. We had pretty much all my tips were get back horses on a track which was dynamite for the leaders. So yeah, it was a terrible day and one that I want to forget and hopefully get a better result this week.
Yeah, I think as you said, a lot of those tips were out the door as soon as the first three races went around, and you just saw that ridiculous bias. And I'm sure we've all heard about it, which was unfortunate because you were really looking forward to the Kensington track. But,
yeah, it didn't deliver, did it? It did not deliver one bit. Pretty disappointing.
Sydney's been pretty annoying so far, but you never know how you go this week. And Lee, you got Perth multi up, I think.
No, just missed, mate. But we got Sentimental Gift, the best bet over there. One bolted in, bit of price magic. Was on the bike path and let his bell ding off, and they all got out of his road, and he went straight up along the rails. So yeah, that was the only collect. Unfortunately, missed the Cancun, ran a gallon, and then we didn't have much luck elsewhere. Not to be missed, ran on, it was all over, and it was a leader dominated race. So I'll still be following it. That's what we missed the all up for, but we still got to collect there with Sentimental Gift.
And Alcione?
Yeah, Alcione win. So yeah, that was in the all up with not to be missed, and yeah, unfortunately, mate, not to be missed. Let us down. All good.
That's all right. We'll get it back this week. Well, I finally found some form last week, and it's really good to get sprayed the week before for not finding any Roughie winners, and then I find a $12 winner in Bandypur. So that was a good thing for me, anyways, to show that I've still got it. But after a bit of a lead. Yeah, sorry.
Well done, mate.
I was going to say you had a couple of good rides there, mate. You got a bit of luck finally, which is good. Bandiper up along the rail. It was a brilliant ride. Then Maddie Rocks looked like she was never going to get out, but all of a sudden just sort of opened up and she exploded to the line of two really good wins.
Yeah, Jag's ride on Bandiper was unreal, and obviously got the punters Perla. And I think Maddie Rocks, I watched it a couple of times afterwards. I think Maloney just gave her a bit of room to just move around, and that's why during the race she just thought, I don't know how she's going to go. But as soon as she, showed that turn of foot, it was all over quite quickly. And then Voilar out wide is probably another one to follow, but don't know how long she's got left with the Waller team. But this week we'll get into the Group 1 banter. We've actually got a Group 3 on the cards, the Bletchingley Stakes at Caulfield in race 7. I thought I'd start off with Lee first, considering he's the Melbourne expert. What do you think of the race?
Good race. There's plenty of good form lines sort of coming through it, and I think all bar the two horses that are first up, and I'm telling you, so the rest of the field is either won or placed in its last start. So I think there's some really good runs and some good form to sort of look at, and because of that, we're getting some good prices about all the runners. I think Viridine's $3.20, but majority of the field's sort of $6 to $11, and I think we can really find some good value in there if we can get a winner. So, mate, I really like in this Great Again at $7. I want to have a unit each way on him. It was one of my bet at Caulfield before we decided to do it as the banter. I just think he's a really good horse. He's 10 from 24, and his form since coming over to Melbourne has been really good, with a win and a second last start. He missed at Moonee Valley, but he didn't get away very well and sat midfield, and obviously the best going was inside that day, and he had to really be up on speed. I think the first three horses all sat 1, 2, 3. So I think you can put a line through that, but his other two starts have been really good. So he comes into this in really good form. It should probably be a soft 5 there. I can't expect it's going to be any worse or any better. And that is brilliant for me. He's 11 goes on a wet track for 7 wins and 3 seconds. So that really is in his hitting zone. This is his pet distance. Rod and Smith, we've spoken about the unbelievable strike rate that those two guys have. Barrier 5 should be perfectly set up for him to sit just off the speed. And I predict there's probably going to be a little bit of speed in this with Jungle Edge, Streets of Avalon, and potentially Sansom going forward. And if I think he can just sit off that from barrier 5 and come over the top of him late. So, yeah, I really like him. So that's great again. 1 unit each way on him.
Yeah, 1 unit each way at $7, $2.30. I initially had great again. I thought that was a bit of value. I think I know it's a soft 5 at the moment, but there's no predicted rain down there, and the harder that track gets. Do you think it's gonna go against him?
The only thing that and I think we've seen this over time as well, that Caulfield's not the fastest drying track, and it's going to be cold there. So there's a low of 3 and 4 for Friday and Saturday, as well as at the moment it's about 10 degrees down there. So I don't think it's going to dry a hell of a lot. I think it's going to stay around the 5 range, but his form on good's still been pretty solid. So, he's not like Jungle Edge where he hasn't won on the good. He's won 3 races on the good. I think he's won a listed race on the good as well, but, don't quote me on that. So, yeah, I'm just looking back on his form to answer that question, mate. He won 1-4 in a row at one point.
Yeah, I think the race at Ballarat when he was last on a good track, I think something happened there and he was off for a spell afterwards. But he has got form on a good track over in the west. And I liked that last run of his behind. Lord Von Costa got him late, and that's because they actually ran very quick for that 1200 that day compared to other races. And I think it was set up by Tabby Run out in front, and he was second or third, and just felt it a bit late. But I think he's definitely in with a chance. I'm going to go with Viridine. I actually, as I said, I was looking at Great Again, but then I just thought those couple of queries, and I just thought, oh look, Viridine at $3.20 just looks a bit of an obvious. Only beaten by Jungle Edge last start. It was a superior wet tracker. And onto this, I think it'll be a good 4, maybe. And up to that 1,200 metres, I think that'll suit him. All 3 runs this prep have been crackers, so there's no need to jump off. And a little bit of pace in front, even though the rail's out 5 metres, I think he can just sit in behind them and have that last dig at him. So I just wanted to play it simple and just have a 1 unit straight out on Viridine, but definitely give Great Again a chance at $7. Adam, what do you think?
I'm with you. Just wins all over Viridine in this. I think it's his race to lose. Pretty much agree with all the points you just mentioned. With his loss to Jungle Edge last start, as you said, Jungle Edge, the superior wet tracker, but Viridine was also slightly held up in the straight there, so you could nearly make a case. He should have definitely finished closer. He might have even got Jungle Edge in the end there with a clearer run. So I think, on a firmer surface this week, maps well, as you said. I'm keen to back him to win. I'm going to have a unit and a half at the $3.20 that's available at the moment.
So we've got a double get on and a very good chancing Great Again at $7. Well, that's it for the...
Just on that point, sorry, before we move on, just on that point, you did ask about Great Again's good track form. So for anyone out there that doesn't want to go back this far, but some of his runs from 2018, he had 4 starts in a row to start back from a prep. And 3 of the 4 of the 5 runs, were on a good track, and the other was on a soft 5. He won all of those. apart from his first up run where he's actually disqualified, but he still won that race. So, yeah, he's, if anyone out there is worried about his good track form, don't be too concerned because he does have some runs on the board there.
Why was he disqualified, Lee? It wouldn't have anything to do with Lindsay Smith, would it?
No comment, mate.
Fair enough.
Not sure.
It was a
It
different
doesn't say.
different beach over in the west.
Yeah, Scarborough Beach or something. I don't know. But yeah, anyway.
All right. Well, either way, we give it a good chance. So you never know. It'll probably Quinella, and you never know what'll happen. Anyways, thanks for that insight, Lee. Adam, we'll stick to you again. Rosehill, we in a soft?
Yes, it's soft 7 Thursday morning. Clear weather all day Thursday and Friday with a small chance of showers Saturday. So I'm working on a soft track. I'm really not sure where it gets to. Probably soft 5 or 6 at the very, very best. But yeah, probably more likely going to be that staying in that soft 7 range is what I'm working towards. The rail's out 8 metres this week. Yeah, when at Rosehill and the rail's out that far, you don't want to be getting too far back. So hopefully it does race fair, but I'm not looking for any back markers this week, that's for sure. My best bet comes up in race 7. This is one that's not going to be on the pace, but I'm hoping he doesn't get too far back this week, and that's race 7, number 4, Order Again for Waller and Clipperton. This horse is flying for Waller. He's really going well. Last start, he ran a slashing third behind Noble Boy when he was super unlucky. Should have won, in my opinion. The start prior to that, he ran really well behind Trumbull. Trumbull had all the favours. Order Again had his chance, but yeah, he did run a really good race. So I'm feeling up to 1,500 this week's a positive. He's 2 from 2 at the trip. He handles all conditions, so the soft track's no problem. And yeah, as I said, he's been getting right back in his races the last couple of starts. They've just been letting him flop out the gates and sit back near the tail. But his best wins up in Queensland have been when he sits midfield or even slightly better. So I'm hoping they take that on board this week. And with not a lot of speed engaged in the race, I'm feeling he can settle in a good spot midfield and yeah, hopefully be too good for them. So 3/4 of a unit each way on him at about $6 at the moment, please.
Yep, I had a sneaky feeling you were going to tip Order Again at $6 and $2.10 for 3/4 of a unit each way for the best bet. Next up.
Yeah, so just one more, and it's just my best value in the July sprint, which is race 4. And the horse I'm going with is number 2, Glenall for the Hawks team, and Huey Bowman aboard. This gelding, he's a 6-year-old now. He's getting on a bit, but he goes really well first up. He's had 6 starts first up for 2 wins and 2 placings in the past. I feel the big benefit for him this week is the draw, gate 1. Yeah, draws to do no work. There's going to be a really, really fast pace in this. You've got horses, obviously, Eduardo, first up for Joe Pride. He'll be going forward, wanting the lead. Special Reward usually pushes forward. And also Star Boy will want to lead as well. So I'm pretty sure from that inside gate, he can kick up and sit behind those few horses. And yeah, hopefully they go hard and knock themselves up and he can get over the top of them in the home straight. He does handle soft tracks. Doesn't want any worse than that. If the rain does come and ends up in a heavy track, I'd probably steer you away from him. But in the soft range, that's okay for him. He's got a good record at track, good record at the distance. And yeah, hopefully Bowman can give us a clear path and he can run a good race at $8.
Yep, $8 and $2.25. How many units, mate?
Just half each way, please.
Half each way, and good to see Huey back after his 4-week hacienda. He'll be ready to go. Fresh and ready, that's it. All right, the 2 for Adam there. Lee, you're down at Caulfield this week. As we talked about, a soft track, some big fields. Let's get into it. What do you got?
I'm not going to be super confident this week in Caulfield because, as you said, it's going to be some big fields. And with the rail at 5 metres, just looking back at over the last couple of years, it's played pretty fair. I mean, it has favoured more towards the front runners, but you can't not win off the speed. So made it really tricky for assessment as to what I was going to go with. But I've just gone with the 1. And then obviously the Roughie Roulette, but I've just gone with the 1 tip that I'm going to back, as well as obviously Great Again. But that comes up in race 8, the penultimate, number 3, Sasco. It's at $6 and $2.10. I'm just going to have a unit each way on him. He's a big, tough on-pace runner. And he won back-to-back races earlier this prep at a big price and was beaten on a track that was too hard for leaders, but was solid again last start, running third in the Banjo Patterson. Admittedly, it was a small field, but it was a pretty classy sort of field for that level of race. This is a much weaker race, and it doesn't look like he will be pressed too hard to get to the lead. He loves this trip. Boy now knows him well, having ridden him in the last 3 starts, and at the each way price, it will give us a great sight for a long way. The other thing that I do want to mention with this runner as well, a lot of people will probably look at his recent form and go, oh, he's only a heavier tracker, he's a wet tracker. It's not really correct. He's just a 2,300, he's just a plotter. Like, he just needs 2,300 metres plus. All his form on a good track or a soft 5 or whatever above this range. So just going off a good track for this. He's actually won a couple and run second in one other and fourth and then 14th. But he had excuses in that. That was in the Andrew Ramsden before he got sold. But he's won 2 from 5 goes with a second and a fourth on a good track when it's been 2,400 plus. So, yeah, I just think he needs the trip. He should get a soft lead with rail out. I'm happy to back that he'll just keep kicking out in front for us.
Yeah, that's race 8 at Caulfield, number 3 Sasco at $6 and $2.10. Just looking at that field now, and boy, oh boy, it falls away down the bottom, doesn't it? I think there's about 7 runners that are 100 to 1 down the bottom.
Yeah,
so
mate. Well,
it's
there's a 59 rater in it.
Yeah, you can understand.
53 rater, sorry. A 53 rater is in it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Unbelievable.
They shouldn't be allowed to be racing in this, but obviously
100%.
some people want to have a city runner, and sometimes that's the only chance they get, even if they do tail off for last by 20 lengths. So that's all.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Well,
all right.
How about this, mate? With that 53 rater, well, for one, it hasn't won 134 weeks, but it's a high sharp out of an Costa del Lago mare, and it's one run race, and it's rated 53.
So it's probably an expensive yearling, but had some troubles or something go on there. So, yeah, a bit of a shocker. Okay, just the one at Caulfield there, apart from your Roughie, not your Roughie, your Bletchingly.
Yep.
Yep, no worries. Straight to the point. Race 3, Sasco, unit each way at $6 and $2.10. I'm at Doomben this week. It says a good 4 at the moment here on a Thursday. However, it's been raining all day today, and they expect up to about 30 mil in the next couple of days. So, Doomben doesn't dry very well. I expect a heavy 8 or worse. And there'll probably be a lot of scratchings in the next 48 hours, which, makes it difficult for punters and doesn't inspire a lot of confidence this far out. Rail's only out half a metre. And, Doomben, you generally want to be on speed. However, with that rain around, might open up these races, particularly later in the day, where down the middle you want to be finishing. I'm a bit like you, Lee. I struggled finding some this week, and I've only got the one race 9, Tavies Town. I'm guessing it is, not Tavis Town. It's $11 and $3.50 for just half a unit each way. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a sit and sprint. This race is There's a few that are $20 plus with no jockeys on, so you'd think they would have injected some pace in, but they'll likely get scratched. It's only the 3rd race start for Tavies Town and untested at Doomben. However, has ability, drops 4 kilos, and at those each way odds, he's definitely worth a go. The heavy track will suit, being by Tavistock. He won the debut on the heavy, beating a genuine mudder in Isabella Springs, then took a while to wind up with the 59 kilos last start to run second to Concealed Dynamite, who cut the corner and won. Concealed Dynamite's underrated and ran well without threatening at Ipswich, but was near the tail on a leader's track. Tavies Town that day beat Jacama, who came out and ran a bottler at Ipswich up on pace. So there's good form lines there, and I think third race career start with a bit of natural improvement from that barrier 7 might come in 1, sit a bit closer, and should be winding up late over that 1,600 metres. So yeah, we're all pretty straight to the point this week. I think we'll go light on. Well, Adam's got the most tips for once. We've got...
Oh, we haven't got to Lee's Perth yet, boys. Hold on.
Yeah, right. Give him time. All right. So, as a bit of a summary, Adam at Caulfield, race 7, order again at $6.02 each way. And then race 4, Glenall at $8.225. Lee in Sydney, race 3. No, sorry. Adam was in... I've really buggered this up. Adam was in Sydney, those tips. Lee was at Caulfield, race 3, Sasco, $6 and $2.10. And just the one for me at Doomben, race 9, Tabby's Town at $11 and $3.50. All right,
mate. Not to burn you any more than you've already burnt yourself, but Sasco's in race 8, not race 3, mate. It's number 3 in race 8.
Oh God, number 3 in race 8. I'm going really well tonight. All right, what are we up to next? Roughie Roulette.
We are.
Yeah.
Roughie Roulette
is a very dangerous game, not for the faint of heart. Let us begin.
Yep, so we're back into Roughie Roulette this week, and we're still looking for that first winner. No one's been able to get even close lately. It's been a bit of a shocker, including ourselves. I think, Adam, last week yours came 5th, and
yep.
Azamin, mine came 7th, and both of them were sort of out the back and never really had a chance at the Kenzo, but it's not to worry. I went around those 3 metro tracks and I saw 3 $20 winners, so they're floating around. We just got to pick the right ones. Lee, I'll start off with you first. What have you got for us?
Mate, I hope this one's not scratched again because it's been 2 weeks in a row. So, I want to be in the money here. I want to be in the game at least anyway. It happens to be that I've gone race 7, 8 and 9 at Caulfield. So my Roughie Roulette's going to be in race 9. I'm going to go against Mystery Shot here and go with number 4, Reckoning, at $21 and $4.80. I feel I've got good reason to go against Mystery Shot. Obviously, Mystery Shot's a very, very good horse. I've spoken about him a bit on this potty before, and he's got every chance to win on the weekend. But I feel, rock bottom odds, $2.20, and how often the horses win 4 in a row. So, let alone their first 5 starts. So this gelding has form around good horses like Rush and Camelot, Warning, and a horse I mentioned last week with a lot of ability, Tabby Dance. He was brilliant last start when he savaged the line to finish ahead of the above-mentioned Tabby Dance, who won the very next start. His win 3 back was really strong and has good form lines out of it. It was 4 subsequent winners. He has 2 from 4 at this trip and should get a good run from the draw, ideally sitting 3 pairs back, 1 off. And Willow jumping on is also a big plus at the moment, as we've spoken about before. He's obviously riding for that premiership, so every win counts.
Yeah, so do you know why he's been getting scratched lately?
Me? No, Reckoning? No. My last 2 Roughie Roulette runners have been scratched.
Oh, righto. I get you.
Yeah, so I just need to get in the game, mate. I just need one just to run, do something.
Yeah, just get in there and have a crack. So that's race 9, Reckoning at $21 and $5. Adam in Sydney, what have you got for us?
Yeah, I've found one at Rosehill, race 5, number 12, Shangani Patrol for Matty Dale, and a little-known jockey called Aaron Sweeney. Aaron Sweeney's usually more at home riding at Wagga Wagga, and he's coming to town on Saturday for the one ride. And, he's a good, honest rider. He has a 33% strike rate with Matt Dale, so hopefully he can bring that to town and deliver for us. This horse is a go-forward horse. As we said, the rail's out 8 metres, and there's every chance that we do see a leader bias. So I'm hoping for this guy that is the case. He's fit. He should get that lead with little pressure. Last start, he had a wide gate, and he had to work a bit to lead. They tried to steal it, but tired late to be beaten almost 3 lengths behind Tigger Royale, who's quite a nice horse.
Tigger.
Yeah, Tigger was a good result for us in the quarter. Anyway, I feel this race is more suitable. He does handle all conditions. The wet track should be no problem. Hopefully we can steal it out in front at about $23.
Yeah, $23 and $6 with that lightweight, and that would have to be his first Metro winner, wouldn't it?
I'd say so, mate. I reckon it'd be one of his first rides as well. So good luck to him.
Let's hope he does better than Tommy Sherry last week, eh?
Oh, Tommy Sherry tried to fit a horse through a greyhound-sized gap on us, but anyway, that happens.
All right, so that's Shangani Patrol in race 5 each way. I'm at Doomben race 6, a horse called Invincible Gangster at $26 and $7 with Betstar. I'll definitely cop some deductions though, because the favourite, How Wonderful Life Is, at $4 will probably get scratched. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, still get $20. This fella was 14 into $9 last run and was caught very wide in a very quick tempo race. Battled away in the straight and faded late, given the torrid run, and it was 3 months between runs also. Drops 2.5 kilos from that and gets a weight swing on piracy. The jock sticks, and with the fave coming out, can hopefully slot in one off the fence, hopefully midfield, but we'll just see how we go. It has handled the heavy track in the past, so that's no worries. So just to run down there, and I'll put this up on the socials. We've got Adam in Sydney, race 5, Shangani Patrol at $23. Lee at Caulfield, race 9, Reckoning at $21. And Just Wins at Doomben for Invincible Gangster at $26. And hopefully don't cop too many deductions there. Let's go to Around the Grounds. Around the Grounds, Lee, I'm guessing I should just say Perth multi-time.
Not Perth multi time, but Perth tips time, yeah.
Perth tips.
Let's get on, mate. So, good day, Belmont. A couple of listed races there. The Bolton Sprint headlining it. So, we'll see how we go. That's going to be the first race I tip in. So, race 7, number 5, Samizdat. So, probably in the seat for you, Just Wins off last start. But I'm happy to back him in this time. Let's see how we go. So, he's $7.50 and $2.40. And I'll have a unit each way on him. So first up, he knuckled at the start. It was never a hope from there, especially stuck in the worst ground along the rail. All the winners pretty much on that day came from out wide, including the winner in this race. And the first 3 actually came right down the middle of the track. So I feel that you can just probably put a bit of a line through that, but he still ran through the line pretty well. He's much more suited out to 1,200 metres now, especially with a good speed, which is likely to happen here with a few roughies like Maginica and a couple others going forward. Definitely has the class for this, having run 5th in a railway, only 1.5 off Regal Power, and has some good second up form. He can definitely be in this at a good each way price. So let's get on him first in Perth.
All right, so that's race 7, Samizdat to turn the tables for us at $7.50 and $2.40. Next up.
Race 8, number 8. I'm just going to back Inspirational Girl again. It's $2.35 best price. I'll have it 1.5 units on her. I've just written down here, let's just keep following her in. Has plenty of class. Pikey interesting sticks over Massimo and Serenity Bay. Now, I know he's obviously the rider for the Peters team and the Grant and Lana Williams team, but he's ridden both of those other 2 runners. And Serenity Bay, I'm pretty sure he's ridden her to a couple of black type victories as well. So I think that's a plus that he's stuck with Inspirational Girl here. It is an awkward draw, but I feel like he can just weave a bit of magic, and it's going to be a big day for him on Saturday. So I don't know if you guys have been following much, but Pikey is closing in on his own record for winners in the calendar year. He is 2 off, and he's been 2 off since Wednesday. I think he had 6 rides today at Pinjarra and ran 3 seconds and 2 fourths. So
that sounds like a normal day on the punt.
That's a bloodbath for the punters.
Yeah, mate. And although, funnily enough, none of them got backed in. So, well, they're obviously on the money there. But, so he needs 2 to break his record. So he's got a couple of nice rides on Saturday. So let's see how we go. But, he will be riding for everything on the weekend. So hopefully you can get this one up, mate.
Yeah, I think this mare's pretty good, just as we were talking about last week, in terms of winning over 1,400 first up with her breeding. So that's race 8, Inspirational Girl at $2.35. And have you got a third one?
No, that's it for me, mate.
That's it. All right, thanks, mate. That's race 7, Samizdat each way, and race 8 straight out on Inspirational Girl. Adam, you got anything?
Nothing, mate. Nothing at all. I'm all out. Hopefully we get a good result in Sydney and in the banter race.
All right, no problems. I've got one at Toowoomba, race 4, Country Showgirl, 1 unit to win. No idea what the price is, but after missing the start last run, she put it all together the last 200 metres to run third behind Kisakano. We all know who Kisakano is up here. You know, she's probably going to win on the weekend as well with 60 and
So it looks like we've lost Just Wins there, but for those of you listening at home, that's Toowoomba race 4, number 8, Country Showgirl, back to a home track, and looks the goods. So that should be between $2 and $2.50 there for 1 unit for Just Wins. That's it from us. Obviously, thanks so much for tuning in again. Get on the socials, let us know your Roughie Roulette tip, and hopefully one of those can get up. We'll put up some more polls throughout the weekend, and so get your responses in there. But again, thanks for listening in, and we'll catch you next week. Cheers, guys.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and get involved in the comments. Best of luck and happy punting.
Can he do it? Chautauqua, he's flying